Imagine waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to finally play some Combat League without your game sessions being desynced after various different rounds or completions of matches, and then getting a Mortal Kombat 1 patch update that's supposed to fix this issue, downloading the patch, going online, and still having desync issues. I don't have to imagine. That's currently the status of Mortal Kombat 1. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dynasty. Back again, shitting on MK1, MK1. What do I even say at this point? Am I surprised? No. I'm not surprised. It's... What the fuck? So, in case you've been living underneath a rock, essentially when Quan got released, desync issues in Combat League started happening a lot more often than usual. They've always been happening, but more prominent post Quan release. And PC had a fix apparently within like, what, 2 days of this issue. People waited weeks and weeks and weeks for this patch that dropped today out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, Ed Boon didn't tweet it out. The community managers didn't mention it. The official Mortal Kombat account that's been missing since Omni-Man dropped back in November just decided to stop boycotting X or Twitter because of things Elon has said. They come back like, what, 2 days ago to mention that Khameleon's dropping next week. And then the next tweet out of nowhere this morning is, the latest MK1 patch addressing desync issues is now live on Xbox and PS5. Update your game now to make sure you're combat ready. And guess what? It's still fucking broken, dude. It's still broken. And again, not a word from Boone, not a word from the community managers, not a word from the official account saying we understand that the patch update didn't fix shit. Remember when this issue first happened, they were saying, don't skip the intros. If you don't skip the intros, the game won't desync. They haven't even given any workaround to this other than just, again, crickets. And personally, I've not experienced this because I haven't been playing, because I don't see the points of starting a set on Combat League only for it to get desynced. But just look at the replies here. Check out Koizi, one of the best players on the fucking planet. I installed the patch and desynced my first game on. We need to be compensated at this point. Give me some dragon crystals. Wishful thinking, but we both know that's never going to happen. But again, top players like Koizi, first game back on Combat League, post-patch, desync. This game is terrible. Your game is dying. You failed and killed it because you don't care. I'm surprised this update didn't just change the item shop. And funny enough, we got new items in the fucking store. Whoa! Nothing worth buying either. Finally, it took you long enough. Ghost, I'm sorry to tell you this, but when you play... Worst game ever at this point. Nicely done. Again, some desync. It's still doing it, laugh my ass off. We waited a month for this patch just for it to not work. This actually might be it for Mortal Kombat 1. Sad. Again, sorry guys, but the latest patch you brought out didn't fix the desync issue. It's a shame to see all these issues, especially when the game at its core, gameplay-wise, is great. And for some reason, if you think that Twitter X is fake news, I mean, here's an official article posted by Event Hubs, the go-to for everything FGC updates and news. Mortal Kombat 1 just received a patch to fix the recent desync issues. Players still reporting desyncs after the update. And again, it's several people on my timeline all day. Disappointed. And to me at this point, I'm not surprised. I'm pretty much just numb to it all. That last comment we read, I agree with it wholeheartedly, man. At the core of this game had a lot of potential. We got combos back, the cameo system. I would have rather have had a full-blown tag team mode, but the gameplay's on point. Everything else is just issue after issue after issue, and Tekken drops at the end of this month. I would have thought for sure that knowing that everyone is constantly just talking bad about MK1, I thought this would have been the month that NetherRealm was gonna do right and try their best, which I'm not saying they didn't, but you can't have shit like this happen. Again, communicate, fix the issues. Clearly they're aware that the update didn't work, right? So maybe have Boone come out and say, hey guys, ran into some difficulties. I understand. You waited weeks for this update. It sucks. We're working hard on it. Sometime this week, there's gonna be another patch. Again, where's the workaround? Like the first time, nothing. And it just sucks because every time I go into making these videos, there's always a comment in the comment section that says,
"Oh, Dynasty, I'm sorry, but I can't keep watching your videos because all you are is negative about this game. I loved you pre-launch, but post-launch, you've just been so negative. Go cover another game."
But it's like, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to hate this game. I love Mortal Kombat. There's a reason why this channel was built on Mortal Kombat. I've been talking about MK for like, what, 13 years now? Since 2011, I've been covering Mortal Kombat extensively all throughout the life cycle of the game's DLC and, you know, post-launch content. The ups, the downs, everything. If there was some positive shit going on, trust me, I'd be the first one to be jumping up and down out of my seat. Like some fake reactions you guys watch. I would be doing that, genuinely, but what the fuck? Omni-Man was cool, Tremor was cool, Quan Chi's great, Khameleon looks great, but what is all that worth if I can't even go online and compete in Combat League, which is essentially the only thing you have to look forward to with Mortal Kombat 1, other than the story mode, which everyone's probably already finished at this point, and Invasions, which is the most boring game mode in the history of fucking Mortal Kombat. I will fucking argue that till I'm gone off this planet. Invasions mode is the most redundant, boring thing of all time. Yeah, it's great. You get your cosmetics easily through just going through these random nodes. It's super easy, but it's fucking boring, dude. I gotta have a podcast on in the background. I gotta be under the influence or something, because if not, it's not fun. It's boring, it's repetitive. Not to mention that if you don't do things a certain way, you can get your whole Invasions progress glitched. So there's, again, countless issues that I don't even talk about here on the channel because I don't want to be that fucking negative, but I see it all the time. I read the comments. I read my timeline. There's people who literally are Sub-Zero mains like myself who can't even finish this season of Invasions because their shit's glitched. There's people still to this day who tell me, Dynasty, I've not played a single game online because of desync issues. I'm telling you guys, I'm not just trying to be negative. From the jump, this game's been dead on arrival, and there's still people out here defending it. We just saw, what, yesterday, 2 days ago? The top 8 for Combo Breaker in Chicago, and guess what's not being featured? Mortal Kombat 1, in their home turf, has less people signing up for it than 8 other fighting games. And people are still saying, MK1, perfectly fine. Head in the sand, hashtag WB sponsored. And it just sucks, dude. It just sucks because I love this franchise, but this whole live service bullshit, paying for fucking fatalities, fucking the server's not working, it sucks. It really does suck. Is Mortal Kombat dying? Bro, it's been dead. Yeah, I understand they sold over 3 million copies, but when the player base on the PC is like 2,000 players, and again, when you can't even use the main thing the game has to offer, which is the online play at this point, what the fuck are we doing? We still don't have lobbies. We still don't have crossplay. If they can't get desync issues fixed, aren't you worried about crossplay? Do you seriously think that crossplay is going to be smooth sailing with no issues at this point? I have zero faith. Zero faith at this point that shit goes as planned, because again, this has been something we've been talking about for what, 4 or 5 weeks now? No communication, no fixes. Come back to Twitter just to remind you to buy some DLC and to pretend like issues are fixed. It fucking sucks. And it's so funny how very few other content creators are coming out and talking about the negative things, because trust, this negative talk is not a good look for a lot of them. It's not a good look for me. Trust, I'm seeing it. A lot of people don't want to watch the videos anymore because I'm just so negative, but what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just sit here and not make content? Am I supposed to sit here and lie to you guys and be like,
guys, it's fixed. If you're having desync issues, you're one of the few.
Well, I gotta be real. And I've been real pre-launch, post-launch, and I hope that earns some type of fucking respect. But regardless, there you go. Desync issues, still a thing, so feel free to hop into Combat League, but don't expect to not have problems, because everyone's still having problems. Khameleon drops next Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be a patch Tuesday, and maybe that fixes the issues. But again, I would not be a betting man and bet that's the case. At the very least, at least the Mortal Kombat 2 movie has been pretty cool lately to watch unfold. Some positive vibes from the MK2 movie, but what a crazy world we live in, where I'm more hyped for the Mortal Kombat live-action sequel than the post-launch content for MK1. It's so fucking sad. All 3 games drop within a year span, you know, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and it just sucks knowing that the worst one, in my opinion, trust me, they're gonna have the apologists because they're always out there, in my opinion, was Mortal Kombat, and that's my favorite, and it breaks my heart, dude. And I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. I know you guys, a lot of you guys are like me, and watching the last few months unfold has been very disheartening. But all we can do is be optimistic, I guess. David Zasloff, the head at WB, said we need to nickel and dime our consumers post-launch. There's money there on the table that we're not taking advantage of, and they're going to keep nickel and diming us for content. In my opinion, when it dropped, I do think it was rushed. How do we fix this? I don't know. The esports side of things is dead. It's dwindling. What positives are going on right now? I don't know. Maybe you guys can fill me in. I love you. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry that I have to be here and rant. But someone's gonna fight the good fight, and I'm trying my best here. I love you guys. Hopefully you'll have a great weekend, and of course I'll be back tomorrow. Drop a like if you're excited to play Tekken, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Fuck me. Before I go, we gotta highlight this. Name a better duo. I'll wait. Shout out to Thinny. MK1 in the game has desynchronized. I made my own, actually. This was my take. What if Mortal Kombat 1 without some dragon crystals, right?
Living on it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks.